To make a WNBA roster as a third round pick is not something you typically see in the WNBA. You just don't see it. But when the Washington Mystics drafted Rori Harmon, I said to myself, there's no way that Rori Harmon does not make this roster. Like there's no way at all. You want a quick example? I'll hold off for a second, but before we jump in, hit the intro. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Washington Mystics Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showman. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell, leave your comments, man. Washington Mystics dropped their roster yesterday. I did a video on it. Thank you, everyone, for watching it, and all the new subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard. We are going to pop this thing off Washington Mystics style. I love the way this team looks. I know it's young. I know it's going to be fun, and I know it might have. It's gonna. It's not might. It's gonna have some struggles because it's hard to. It's hard for a young group to just come in and be successful. But you know, they got a lot of young players. They got 10 rookies or second-year players. One of the rookies is 32 years old, and they've got two other players that are 25, Shakira Austin, and 26 in Michaela Onyenwere. And everybody else is a first or second year player on this roster. And I think that goes a long way when you talk about development of a team, development of, trying to turn that new leaf and turn that page and getting away from keeping all the old players who realistically are holding the talent back from coming in. From coming in, man. So Rori Harmon makes this team. Let me give you an example real fast. In last year's WNBA draft, only 4 players actually made their roster. That should give you an example of the difficulty in making the roster as a third round pick. And realistically, only one of these 4 players was truly in an actual rotation. And if you keep this in mind of that group, JJ Quinterly played 34 games for the Dallas Wings last year. She averaged 6.5 points in 16 minutes. The other players that made their teams, Liatu King, she made the Los Angeles Sparks roster, but she didn't play the whole season with the Sparks. She was cut. So initially she was cut on May 11th, and then they brought her back on May 20th. So if you want to say she made the team, I guess technically she did, and then she got released in the end of June and was picked up by Dallas. Caitlin Chen was initially drafted by Golden State, and she was initially cut by the Golden State Valkyries on May 14th. She then signed to go in a 3-on-3 league, and then she got re-signed mid-season and played in 24 games, averaging 10 minutes a game. So again, she made the team, but not really. So, and then finally, who was the other one? It was Quinterly, King, Chen, and Taylor Theory. Taylor Theory was drafted by the Atlanta Dream, played 17 minutes for the Dream last year. 17 games, 2 minutes per game. So what you got there is a bunch of players that largely 3 of them barely made the team or got cut, got brought back, blase. And by the way, JJ Quinterly is not on the Dallas Wings this year. She is on the Portland Fire fighting for a job. Rori Harmon's different. Rori Harmon is different because Rori Harmon was a first-round talent at guard, maybe second round at worst, not a third-round talent. and she got taken in the third round because realistically, she's only 5'6". She's only 5'6". So it's hard for a 5'6" guard, in the WNBA, period. Even though they already had one in Washington with Georgia Amore, who's 5'6". But they are two different types of players. Two different types of players. Amore is more of a scoring point guard, whereas Harmon's an actual legitimate facilitating point guard. Take a look at some of the highlights from Rori Harmon at Texas, because what they're getting in Washington, I'm telling you right now, she may not start initially, but I think that Rori Harmon will be a starter eventually for the Washington Mystics. Just my opinion, but let's take a look. So here you got Harmon. There you go, dump off. Boom. You got Harmon pushing tempo. Look at that. That's a point guard that's pushing the ball up the floor fast. She doesn't wait. I mean, she's a point guard, man. She's a legitimate point guard. Solid point guard. Plays with tempo and pace and speed. Makes players around her better. Look at this. Always looking forward. Always looking forward. I'm not waiting for the defense. I'm not waiting for the defense. Not waiting. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. This is some of her film from I think 2 years ago. So this is a point guard who always is looking for her team. I mean, it's these highlights from 2022, 2023. It's hard to find highlights on college basketball players. Look at that. She's look off, wide open, boom, three. Rory Harmon is. I tell you right now, Rory Harmon is if Cody McMahon, I've called the steal of the draft because of where they drafted her. And of course, now you can go look at Lauren Betts being the fourth pick overall and say she's the steal of the draft too, because she should have been the number one pick overall. But McMahon going at 11 was definitely the steal of the draft in my opinion, because she's a top three talent in the top three talent in her class, and is a number one option, and understands it. And while she may not be number one option in the WNBA, she has the mentality of that, which I think is really, really big um in the WNBA, is to have that mentality that you're gonna be that dog. And so you have a player like that, and but then you have a player like Harmon, who, was a leader of two Final Four teams, a player that sparks the offense, ignites the offense, the quickness, the speed. Look at the ball handling, you know, the touch on the passes. And this isn't even giving you, stuff on her defensively, man. Defensively is where I think she's even is just her. She excels defensively like crazy. She excels like crazy on defense. So that's where she's completely dominant. She's a petrifying, pesky defensive player who will take the ball right from you. I mean, outside of Hannah Hidalgo, I think Rori Harmon is the best defensive player in the country. Now, I know she didn't win Defensive Player of the Year, but when I watch her play on defense, she is so hard to deal with. And all respect to Raven Johnson and Malaysia Fulwiley and these other players, I thought Rori Harmon was always the toughest defensive player in this conference. Again, outside of Hannah Hidalgo, Rori Harmon is petrifying on defense. So, you know, always looking, man. Always. So that's some film on Rori Harmon. I will link that video in the description so you can check it out and go subscribe to that channel. But I'm telling you right now, Rori Harmon to me is the steal of this draft outside of Cody McMahon. She is the steal. To get her that far down in the draft to me was a coup for for Washington. I couldn't believe she went that far down. When you go look at players that were drafted in the second round of the 2026 draft, Just look at the players that are drafted in the second round. It's mind blowing to see this. The second round picks. Marta Suarez got cut. Frida Buhner, Charlize Ledger Walker. Look, Ledger Walker is a decent player. Rori Harmon's better than her. Cassandra Prosper, okay, got drafted by Washington. Tanaya Latson, Latasha Lattimore, she got cut. Tioni Key, Ashlyn Jackson, she got cut. These are players I know that got cut. Chance Gray, Justine Passat, Saffron Shields, Inez Petarsh Granell, India Navar, Janiyah Barker, Dariana Little Page Bugs, who's also on her team. Z Spearman, she got cut. Tony Morgan, she got cut. Sarah Williams, and then Rori Harmon. You're not going to tell me that Rori Harmon is not a second-round pick. You're not. Hell, Taina Mayer, who got drafted by the Seattle Storm in the first round, she got cut. You got other players right now that got drafted in round one who aren't even with their teams, whether it's Awa Pham, Ayana Martin, they're not even there. They're not even on the team. They're not there. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let me see right now if there's been any other new cuts in the WNBA today, because they're always really, really, they're doing this at a very deliberate pace right now, if you ask me. Today, Catherine Westbeld is out for the 2026 season due to a non-WNBA injury. Nika Mule's out. Okay. Yvonne Ejim's on a training camp contract with Toronto. Chloe Bibby was traded from Portland to Phoenix. Julia Irolt was traded from Phoenix to Portland. That was in the Chloe Bibby deal. Yeah, so there's no other people that got cut today. I guess they're really, really waiting to the last second. But I'm going to tell you right now, Rori Harmon's the steal of the draft, and people in Washington should be damn excited about her, because even if she doesn't start, she's going to play 20 minutes a game, and she's going to be an impactful player. She's going to be a really impactful player, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch her play. It was fun watching her play at Texas. If you were a Texas fan, you loved it. If you were against Texas, you hated it because she's a nightmare defensively. So, y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Appreciate y'all as always. Hype the video. Hype, and share this content. We want to get this channel big and popping. And we will be live on Friday night for the season opener for the Washington Mystics. So be here and get your popcorn, because it's going to be a fun ride. That's all. This is Washington Mystics Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.